Up,
Hey,
guys.
wow, look at
Oh yeah.
you. Look at you. I forgot about the shininess, the bejeweledness
Oh, the
of the
bling.
hat.
Oh, yeah, bling.
Wow.
I live 2.5 hours away from Indianapolis, all the way up north by Chicago. It's 3 hour commute. We go to every home game. Uh,
Wow.
my son and I, and we've been doing it since 2017. He's been to two drafts with me. We've been to every draft since 2021. We missed last year's draft because unfortunately I was moving. I couldn't make it this year, but we went to our draft party at the stadium, which was awesome. So we made that.
It's really cool to meet another fan of the year. So how did that go? How did the whole fan of the year experience? How was that for you?
Oh man, the fan of the
Because
year,
what was that? 2021?
2021. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
2021. Well, the fan of the year started in 2020. The NFL started that contest in 2020. That was the year of the COVID. So it
Hmm.
wasn't
Right.
really,
So
it's
difficult.
not really what it is now. I think they're doing a better job of doing a lot more cooler things and really getting the fans of the year involved with, you know, certain things depending on what team you are. But yeah, I mean, I seen the posting, and if you follow us, a lot of people know our story. Me and my son have an amazing story. I just used that 500 words, and I poured my heart into it, and let the team know who I was and who we were, and what we're all about. And I was selected, and it was
Good.
one of the greatest days. It was one of the greatest days of my son and I's life. It was amazing. It was a
Yeah.
great.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. I mean, they say we went to the
Did you get
Super
to go
Bowl.
to the Super Bowl then? Did you get
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go?
So that
Oh,
particular year, they send you to the whole. It's a whole weekend experience. So you go to the Super Bowl. You go to the NFL experience. If you have ever been to a Super Bowl event, they have this whole big uh, NFL experience. So many cool things going on. So many all over all weekend. And we spent a few days. We was in LA too, so that was cool. It was an awesome
oh yeah.
location. So it was
Wow. Yeah.
when
Great.
the Rams won.
Yeah.
So we got to see SoFi Stadium, amazing stadium. But they sent you went to NFL honors. That was cool. You got to meet some of the greatest that ever done it, man. All of the athletes that were getting recognized that year. Got to meet most of them. Some super cool celebrities. I mean, it's like a wow factor. I wish I could do it again. I would do it all over again. I would totally go differently. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
just being a regular fan, just being around all those awesome people it was quite an experience.
A life event. A life event for you.
Big time. It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
the best part
And that
of
was
the
the year the Rams were in, right?
yeah,
The
Rams and
Rams won.
Cincy. Great
Yeah,
game
and
too.
so they won at home, which is pretty
Yeah,
amazing
great game.
now.
Great
Yeah.
Wow.
game. Won the
And
won the
you
prize at home.
did you take your son, did you say?
Yes, it was my son and I got to experience that together.
That's
He was
and you imagine he'll be able to talk about that for the rest of his life as well. So,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
it's a really important um time for you and your son to share together. And you can't no money can pay for that. So
No,
that's,
sir. Yeah, it
yeah.
was
And
amazing.
like
He was only
how old
12
is
years
he?
old. He was
12.
12
He was
years old
12.
at the time. He was fresh off a liver transplant.
Wow.
And I mean, it was just things just started happening, and man, it was amazing. He had the greatest time.
Good.
We went just like this, mind you,
Good. Yeah.
just like
Nice.
I was the only super fan dressed up that was nominated, that was dressed up. Well, Debbie was awesome too, but as far as like super fan, full fledged, I was on that field.
Gotta be done.
Oh
Gotta
man,
be done. Gotta
they
be
wanted me to
done.
take my mask off. I said I'm not taking my mask off. This
Oh,
is
well,
who you
we've had some
selected.
experience
Yeah.
with
Oh
that
yeah, this is
lately.
who you
So,
selected.
Yeah.
This is who's going on that field. Lucha Blue, baby, represent my Colts.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we went just like this. Walked around the stadium. Man, had a blast. Me and my son had some really cool matching outfits for NFL honors. I mean, we had a mask
Yeah.
on at
That's
honors as well. So
that's
it was
really
oh
cool.
man, I'm
it
gonna
was
have to
cool,
go
man.
back
We
and look for the
represented.
footage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's on our page. We got some really cool stuff on our page. If you scroll through it, you'll see our whole story from start to finish. We've done some amazing things. Been all over. And it's been quite a ride. But winning fan of the year, man, can't be more honored. Of course, there's so many
Yeah.
fans that deserve it out there, man. I want to say the best part of fan of the year was the other teams' nominees, meeting them and learning their
Meeting them.
stories. We got
Yeah.
to meet all of the fans, and they have some of the most amazing, inspiring stories. Every single one of us deserve to win the big prize. In my opinion, we should all be on. We should all get the prize.
Yeah. It's a
Disrespect
shame.
that, man.
It's a shame that they've got to pick somebody else to be the next one up. It's a shame they can't have all of you on the same level playing field, really, all
Mhm.
as, I don't think you need to do that next step,
Yeah,
really, personally.
just
But
honoring them all at once, and everybody
yeah,
getting that that feeling of just, man, being on top like that, man, just being
that's it.
recognized and being the one that represents their individual teams is just, it was good
It's
enough for
enough.
me. I tell you that. In my eyes, my
Yeah.
son was the fan of the year. He's the reason why we do what
Oh,
we do.
Well, that's really
So
cool.
it was great to
Yeah.
see him. It was great to just have that experience, man.
Yeah. I can tell that you got your enjoyment from the whole event, but it's just seeing your son witness it and live it. So
Yes.
that's what made it for you, and I can see that. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
really really
he was the only
special.
kid. He was the only kid. So you got to bring
yeah.
one person, and
Yeah.
he was the only. It was my son and I. He was the only kid in the whole group, and man, he was right neck. We were neck and neck the whole time, man. We had a good time. We did everything
It's
together.
great.
It
Yeah.
was
So
really cool.
Eli, just for people that might be tuning in, I mean, like, we don't have this huge following. It's like 100 followers on YouTube or something. But for anybody who might be watching, um, can you explain like the story or like the charity work that you do and the cause and the disease
Mm.
and all that? Because a lot of people aren't going to know, and I'd like to, kind of cover that.
Yeah,
Make them
absolutely.
aware. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, my son was born with a rare disease called Alagille Syndrome. So, part of our story is well, most of our stories revolved that, uh, around him being born with that syndrome, and my son having that disease born with it. We traveled to Indianapolis frequently. So it was a 2.5 hour drive since he was a baby, all the way up until still today. But going back and forth to Indy, it was challenges. My son, it was a big challenge for him growing up, and it had a lot of complications with him. And just going to Indy and back. If you have a sick child, it's very hard for them to go to the doctor, and they get poked. They got to be there a couple of days. It's not fun at all. It's not fun.
No.
So when he started getting a little bit older, I'm 5, 6 years old. We started noticing his self-esteem getting low, and he just wasn't being a kid. So I
Wasn't
started making
himself.
all those
Yeah.
trips to Indy. I started revolving our trips around Indy events, whether it was the game, whether it was the Children's Museum. Because if you've ever been to Indy, one of the greatest cities in the world, it has something for everybody. It's so much things to do in the all year round. And mother and I came up with this idea. Let's just make it a field trip. Every time we go to the doctor, we're gonna do what we got to do, and we're gonna go to the Children's Museum, or we're gonna go to the baseball stadium. We're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna make it fun.
Make it. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Fun.
Great
And
idea.
and it worked. He was excited to go. And then at the time I couldn't, when he's a little kid, I couldn't afford to go to the game. I wasn't in that spot yet to where, okay, let's all, go to the game. And I wasn't a super fan then. I was just a father with a family going, a fan going to Indianapolis, and,
Yeah.
doing town, and taking my kids to the doctor, doing what we needed to do as parents. And
Yes.
it turned into a thing, as far as we was at every event, going to every single thing. I started researching, going to all of the camps, and doing the little things that I can actually do with my boy and his sisters at the time. So we would go as a family, and just experience all these things. And uh, when he had his liver transplant in 2020, I mean, it changed the game. That's when we linked up with the Alagille Alliance, who is it's a nonprofit that they are looking for a cure. So it's a resource for the rare disease for children living and dealing with Alagille. So they support families all over the world, and we linked up with the president of that, and got to know all about that organization and what they do and what their mission is, and we jumped on board. And when I won Fan of the Year, I used that as an opportunity to
as a
like really,
platform. Yeah,
yeah, to
great
give some
idea.
awareness
Yeah,
to that and really do what we need to
do
do
some good.
on our
Yeah,
side. Yes, yes, to give awareness because they did so many amazing things for my family and I. They still do. It's an amazing organization, and that's how we linked up with our our cause. And just this year, we met up with two other amazing uh, two other amazing humans, man. Dr. Brittany, her son Micah, who started this nonprofit called Transplant Teens. So if you ever had a teen that's dealing and that's going to have a transplant or have as that post transplant, they face a lot of challenges. And this organization was launched just this year, and Dr. Brittany reached out to my son and I. She saw our story and saw what we were doing, and we had a familiar uh, acquaintance with Donate Life Indiana, who my son was very fortunate that we worked with them and did a commercial with Dwight Freeney for organ
oh,
donation. So that
good.
was near and dear to our heart too, because my son, he received a life saving organ. So
Yes,
we linked up with Dr. Brittany, and man, when I tell you this is one of the most amazing causes that I have ever known. This is one of those causes, man. It's a teen support group. It's a virtual support group for one, for teens like 7th through 12th grade that are undergoing or awaiting a transplant. So
Mm.
it's very unique. We understand the challenges that comes with the different types of things that follow are beginning or follow transplant life. Teens.
yeah,
It's very critical that they get the support and everything they need to get through this process, man. And my family could speak for it. It just hit home, man. It hit home because we were we dealt with that, and my son, he didn't really have nobody to talk to like that about his what he's going through, on a team level. You know,
yes,
this support group,
yeah,
man, they do everything from, they send care packages to the teens when they get out of transplant, and they're unique packages. So it's based off of what they got going on, their favorite stuff, you name it, and it's also we have uh, uh, counselors and psychiatrists and different doctors of all types for any type of transplant. It's just one giant uh, support
network. Yeah,
network, man, that just
yeah.
it has everything, and we are so proud to be a part of it, and so proud
It's a great
to
thing.
get
It's a
out
great
there.
thing that you do. It's a
Oh
great
yeah, get
thing.
out there and let the world know that hey, you have somebody that you can talk to. You have a support system, and you can be great even if you think you're not. A lot of kids,
Yeah,
they think they got a transplant, that they can't do other things. We have there's
yeah,
all the organ Olympics. There's stuff like that out there.
yeah.
But
Well, I
yeah,
Well,
mean,
man, we
this,
being a
have.
teenager is hard enough in the first place, and then having a transplant's hard enough, and having them both together. Is it all kinds of transplants, like even bone marrow, like Simon the captain's had, or is it just liver transplants or
Well,
kidney?
it's transplant in general. I mean, there's so many, right? I mean, it depends on everybody's unique. Everybody has a unique situation, and ours is
yeah,
liver. Ours is liver, and
yeah,
that's it has a resource opening for every single type of
yeah. It's
of.
amazing how tough kids are, though. I mean, it always amazes me how resilient. And you see and you hear about poor kids that have gone through these really unfortunate situations, like transplants and like cancer and things, and they just crack on. They just get on with it. When
Mhm.
I mean, I am a cancer survivor, and sometimes I'd be feeling really sorry for myself going for chemo, say on a Thursday, and what sometimes happened is, though, that I had to walk past the children's ward, the children's cancer ward, um, to go and get my treatment. And I tell you what, I mean, if I was feeling sorry for myself as I walked into that hospital, as soon as I saw these poor kids that were just getting on with it, just doing it, it erased any sorrow that I had, because I'm thinking, you know what, even if I didn't make it, I still, had at the time 30 odd years, whereas these poor little kids struggling through the same thing that I was struggling through and had not lived a life, and it's just not fair. But they are tough, they are, you know,
Absolutely.
and I
What makes
respect
it
them
great
so
about
much.
what makes it great about nowadays is that we got the internet, right?
Yeah,
It's more ways to reach these unfortunate kids that
it is.
don't have support systems that can barely even get to the doctor, or have these rare diseases that they don't have anything even close to where they live to even get that type of care that they need. But now
Yeah,
there's so many different ways to reach these families all across the world, and that's
it's
why I
incredible.
do what I
It's
do,
a
man.
great, great thing.
Everybody needs somebody, man, and
Yeah,
you don't know what people are going through. You know what I mean?
no, and just to talk can make all the difference in the
Yeah,
world, can't it?
absolutely, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are making a direct difference to others, with what you do. And I mean, that's just a fantastic thing. And it's all stems from, or mostly from, your character, your super fan status as such. I mean, it's a platform, isn't it, that
Yeah.
enables you to um raise awareness and also to help others. It's great.
You know what? If you love what you do, it's not working, right?
That's right.
Right.
Now what you do.
Yeah.
So it's just another way for man. I do it with my son too. So what better else than
Oh,
father and son getting out
yeah,
Oh,
there
it's great.
and making a
absolutely.
difference, man, changing lives. You know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
changing
Yeah, it's
lives,
great.
and
It's
do it
great.
for our Colts who shoot are if they're the highlight of humanitarian work
Yeah.
for community and what they do, amazing things they do for everybody, man. It's just our team.
They got great ownership.
They do the
And
Hmm.
they've
greatest.
got they've got a great mascot too. So
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
I I love the mascot.
Yeah,
I you
Blue's
know,
awesome.
yeah. Have you managed to meet him at all?
Yeah, so funny story. When I won Fan of the Year, um, they tricked us and kind of they told me, they emailed me, said I was a finalist, and that
Ooh.
Yeah.
we had to have a Zoom. They wanted to have a Zoom meeting with us before they selected the winner, and they set it up. And my son and I were in the cave, and we had it all set up, and uh, we started talking to the Colts representative, and then we got a knock at the door, and my wife said, "Hey, you need to go upstairs and answer the door." And we answered the door, and it was the Colts representative, and said he introduced himself and said, "Hey, uh, we got a package for you." And we looked outside, and outside my door was a giant crate, and Blue was in it, and he
Oh
busted his
my God.
yeah
That's
he
cool.
busted himself out of the crate, and he had the tickets to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, and the
Nice.
cheerleaders came from around the corner, and it was a big old
Wow.
congratulations. And my son, it was amazing. It was a great surprise. He hung out with us for a while. He came downstairs, got to see all of the cool stuff, that all the good memories that my son and I collected
Yeah.
throughout the years, and got to hang out with him. It was really, really cool, man. It was
Did you
really
get a
cool.
pie in the face at all? Did you get any pie?
No.
No, not we didn't get the pie, but I'm
Well,
waiting to give him a pie sooner or later.
I would love, honestly, if ever I could get to Indy and, you know, if I could raise some money for your charity by getting pied in the face by your mascot, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
I would love that.
that'd be awesome. Hey,
That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
they probably would select you too if you came down there. That'd be cool.
It'd
Well,
be
we
good
should we
He
should
would
visuals.
make it
snatch you,
happen.
no doubt.
Honestly, I mean it. If we can make that happen, then that will be great, and it will raise some money for your charity. So
Awesome,
Yeah. So
great
yeah.
idea.
I wanted to talk to you about being a Colts fan because it's my kind of impression that there's I looked it up last night when I was kind of researching for this, and I always thought of the Colts and the Jags as the two smallest market teams, but they're not. Neither one's even in the well, Jags I think are fourth, but Colts aren't even in the bottom five. So is it just my impression that there's not a huge Colts, supporting following? Maybe it's just that way in the UK because there's a lot of people that follow the old time teams. I mean,
Hmm.
maybe explain that, like what it's like to be a Colts fan, and did you follow them when they were in Baltimore?
Yeah, good question. Well, I've always been an Indiana fan, and
Okay.
Pacers.
living up here at north in the north, there's a lot of Bears fans, and a lot of Chicago fans. So I was always that other guy. That guy was like, no, you're in Indiana. You're not in Chicago. You're a Colts fan. I didn't start really following the Colts until uh, Peyton Manning came as the number one pick,
Okay.
and my father, and they were really football fans, because as a teenager I followed basketball mostly, but then my dad kind of got me into the football stuff, because they were rivaling, and my dad's a Dallas fan, and I was like, "What are you talking about? We're
Oh,
in Indiana," you know what I mean? And when I was like, "Well, that's what I'm Colts, let's go." So, yeah, just
Mm.
growing up being a Colts fan, and really got deep into it when we won the Super Bowl. It was like the greatest thing ever. Played the Bears, had a lot of bragging opportunities. I really rubbed it in when that happened, but
Mm.
no, just following my team, and I never living so far. I never really, had a chance to go to a game. My very first game before I was a super fan was when I went to the comeback game when Andrew Luck in the wild card 2024 playoffs when we came back from
Yeah.
Kansas City, and one of the biggest comebacks in playoff history. I went to that game with my buddy who was in the Army at the time and actually got some good some tickets. And he was a Bears fan. He's like, "Look, Eli, I'm not going to this game. You want to go? Go ahead and go." I was like, "Great. I've never been to a game." I talked to my buddy. We got a ride. We drove down there and went to the game. It was the best game we ever. It was hooked. I was hooked immediately. Went down there and
Good.
saw the team and actually got to meet the players. It was amazing. It was just the best time ever. And from there, I was just like, I never got a chance to go back. And then my very next time I was able to go back was with my boy, and we played the Jaguars. That was our first game ever. It was the
okay.
last game of the season. I was able to get some tickets, and he was just a little guy, and we went to the game, and we had the greatest time, man. He got some cool autographs, and we met some super fans, and he just thought the super fans were just the greatest thing ever. And I think that's where we kind of like got the bug, and he's seen
Yeah.
Mike. You guys know Mike Hobson. He is the face of super fans. He's the GOAT for the Colts. He's on everything. He's been doing it 30 years.
Wow.
And we ran into my buddy, man, at a Colts event, and my son just loved him. He just loved him. He had the greatest time. And on the way home, my son said, "Hey, Dad, why don't we do that? Why don't we dress up? Why don't we do that?"
Oh,
And
that's amazing.
I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'll do it if you do it." And he said,
Yeah. I
"Okay."
love the way that you're sharing it together as father and son.
I said,
That's
"Hey,
so
I'm down."
special. So special.
I said, "But what do you want to do?" I said, "I'll whip something up. I'll whip something up."
Yeah.
But
And it
our
can be
very,
anything. It can be
yeah, yeah,
anything, can't it? You can just let your imagination, it can do whatever you like. There's no
yeah,
rules, no regulations. Just do what you like.
So who
yeah.
came up with it then, with the character?
So my son, we love wrestling. So uh, I thought about, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, we love him. He's, the underdog of wrestling. His costume's awesome. It was unique. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can. My first mask was actually a cotton mask I found at Value City in the
Uh,
clearance aisle in Indianapolis. They were some just ski masks, and we were scared to wear them our next game. Very first game as super fans, like, come on, we're going. Don't chicken out on me now. So
uh,
we had these
yeah.
masks, man, and it was our very first game as super fans. And we were way up in the nosebleed sections. I just was able to get season tickets. It was in 2018. When I took my son to that last game, I was hooked. I said, we have to become members. We have to come to this game because I seen how happy it made my boy. I mean, he just lit up, and it was like
Oh, wow.
everything was, and he wouldn't stop talking about it. And, and it just, as a parent, man, it's just like, wow, you want
Yeah.
that
It's
all the
nothing
time, man.
better. Oh,
I was like,
wow.
you know
Yeah.
what? I'm taking that energy and I'm running with it. And,
Mm.
I ended up, getting some season tickets for 2018. Went to the very first game. We went up. We was there 15 minutes. We went upstairs to our seats, way at the top, and a Colts representative walked up to me and Eli and said, "How would you guys like to get better seats?" Out of nowhere, just came and said, and I was like, "Hey, let's go! Heck yeah!" So they took us all the way to the bottom, man, all the way to the
Oh,
seats, all the way to the bottom. Very first game as super fans. And I said, "Son, this is time. It's time to mask up. It's time to do it."
Yeah.
So
Cool.
we put on our masks and we were down at the bottom and we watched the whole game. We were on a jumbotron and everything. It was couldn't ask for a better situation, better
Yeah.
outcome for our very first game coming back after that, after the first as super fans. And then I said, I was like, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna be on TV. It's time to I gotta level up. And it involved it to what you see now. I
Yeah.
got a
It's
unique mask that I have made. So,
it's great that the
no
Colts are looking after you
copycats.
as well. It's great that they're looking after you,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah. The Colts are
Yeah.
great, man. They've been
So
great.
so did you see, I mean, it's my impression that the Colts have just kind of arrived this year. They're just and they've surprised everybody. But did you see it coming last year? Were you thinking, oh, it's a growing year? Did you see it, or is it as much of a surprise for you guys as it is for certainly for me? I mean, as I say, they're just there they are. They are forced to be reckoned with for me, kind of out of nowhere.
So I'm one of them fans. I don't get too emotionally invested in the how, when, where's, and why's. Right? I'm a fan. I'm gonna
Yeah,
support my team where they're
just roll with
whoever's the
it.
quarterback, whoever's
Yeah,
out there going. They're all professionals. That everybody out there has a chance to be great, and us as fans, our job is to support that and so to hope for the best and cheer our team on because believe it or not, we have a lot to do with how they come to the game and how they respond in game and you know what I mean, if it wasn't for fans it wouldn't be NFL. So
no,
I don't really get emotional, but to answer your question, I did see great things in camp because we do go to the training camps, and part of the training camps is just watching. And if you're anything about football, um, you can almost see who's in sync, and it's like a really good time to really see the players
yes,
develop and see who's going to be great and compete, and for these positions. And Daniel Jones, man, it's like when he came out, I was not at all disappointed. And
good.
I'm on social media posting, you know, let's watch and see, give the guy a chance. He was
Yeah,
a high pick for a reason. You see what Sam Darnold's doing. He's been to different teams and he's out there doing great in Seattle. You see these quarterbacks that go other places and they just mold into
shine.
who they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
And kudos to the coaching staff. Kudos to Steichen for making that decision. I'm letting him be the starting quarterback. But absolutely, we got a dynamite defense. When they started signing everybody, all of our studs, to those contracts, I knew we were on a mission to build a great team. And
yeah,
I'd be lying if I told you that I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but um, they're doing great, and it feels good to
they
win.
are. They
You
are.
know, and you know, our coaching staff is doing an amazing job of getting us ready game day, getting these guys, um, building this amazing team. Man, we picked up some amazing players that are just balling out right now, and it's a good
Yeah,
time to be a Colts fan, man.
it really, really
You
is.
know,
I mean, so you obviously, of course, think you're going to get the division, you know, but I mean, of course, of course, goes without saying, I'd love the Jags to try and get there. I mean, I think it's an uphill struggle to, finish first over the Colts. The most important thing is the Jags finish over the Texans. They beat the Texans. That's
We can all agree
yeah,
with that.
yeah. So
and the Texans are playing good defense, man. They're playing good
they
They're
ball.
are,
coming
they
back
are.
too
Nico
for the
Ryan's
most
got
part.
them boys playing, man, and hats off to them.
Yeah,
They took the win. We could have did a lot of things better on our end, but you got to win
yeah,
division games, man. You got to
yeah,
our division.
yeah,
Our division. Speaking for our division, when you win
yeah.
your games, you win a division. You got to win your division games and they're all going to be close games. They're
They
all going to
are.
be, they're going to be a nail biters. It's always going to come down to this last week or who's going to win
Yeah,
here. That's what it comes down to. And we haven't beat you guys in since 2014, since Andrew Luck
yeah.
in
Yep,
Well,
10
Jacksonville.
there's
years.
and
That's right.
and we're all playing each other. I mean, in the second half of the season, so it's going to be fascinating to watch.
Yeah, I've been to
So
Jacksonville. I went in 2021, and it's an amazing environment, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's loud. The fans they show up.
yeah.
It's an
You get the
awesome
weather.
environment.
They've got the weather too, which is great.
Yeah, it was
We
great.
pack
But
a few
It
more
was great.
fans in, but the ones that go are very loud and they make themselves known.
and in a couple of years' time, they've got a new stadium being
New
built.
stadium.
So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
they
yeah,
let's
were
talk
great.
about that last game a little bit, that Texans game. So, I mean, we posted something yesterday about Bottlegate because I was like, well, those Colts fans are mad. Maybe they should throw a bottle.
uh,
But it's
I,
like,
j-
what do you feel? How do you feel about especially that extra point business? I mean,
I mean, what was all that about? I mean, I just
yeah,
don't get it. Was it really a field goal or an extra
or
point
extra
or
point.
It was
Yeah.
an extra point. Well, I was 5 rows behind that extra point miss, but um, again, I don't I don't
What it
really.
looked like in person.
It was a miss. But I can tell you why they called it they called it good, because it was anytime it goes over like really close to the pole, the top of the pole,
Right.
it's unreviewable for one, and it's on the referees to make that call, man. But it was a clear miss, and um,
Yeah.
I had to really maintain my character when that happened,
Yeah.
but it didn't decide the game. That wasn't
Yeah.
now if
No,
that
no.
decided the game,
Yeah.
it probably
Yeah.
would have been a riot in Indianapolis. But it didn't go like that, and the refs they just got to do better. It's
They
a lot
do.
of backlash
Agreed.
on the refs right now,
Agreed.
and who am I to say if they're doing a good job or bad job? They're professionals. The NFL needs to do what
Yeah.
they need to do to make sure these guys are out there executing. I mean,
It was weird because
Yeah.
like Fairbairn came off and I mean he was like he looked really confused and people were patting his helmet and he was like it was like he knew he missed it, and he was like shaking his head
absolutely,
kind of
absolutely. It was
Yeah.
really
it was
weird.
definitely a wild experience after that happened. The fans were
Yeah.
upset. They were definitely
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
upset. And I
But
mean,
you're right
hey,
though, when you're in
do better.
character, you do represent not only your team but your character. And so
Yeah.
captain's very aware of that. Like he's not just Simon, because Simon has different opinions than the captain sometimes, but the captain needs to be positive, needs to be a good
Family friendly.
influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, family friendly. You can't just
Yeah.
sit there and spout expletives, although you came close after that Texans game. You were a little bit, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, who
sorry
We're
likes to
about that.
lose
look,
a
we're fans
19
too,
point
right?
lead?
Yeah, we're
We're
human
fans
as
too. We
well,
got
but
we got emotions. We want our teams to win.
Yes.
yeah.
And they pay a salary to do a job, and it's a very difficult job. It's very fast. If you ever watch the game, you know that it's a very fast pace. They got to make these split decisions, these split
Mhm.
calls
Yeah.
in real time, and it takes real talent. And not anybody can be an NFL ref.
Oh
So
no.
I'm not
No.
advocating for refs, but I'm telling you they could have did a better job, and it's up to the NFL, whoever's in charge of referees, which I don't know.
Yeah.
They need to
Either
evaluate that and
yeah.
Well,
make the
it's
correct
gotten
adjustment.
more, I think ever since the Minneapolis, no call thing, in the NFC Championship a few years back, I think it's really been a lot more scrutinized, and I think people are getting more and more kind of angry, and so I think something's probably going to change. I think Simon and I were talking about this morning on, we were waiting for another guest and we were like just chatting and we were talking about the referee situation, and I said, well, they can either go back to old school, like when I was growing up and football was like, okay, it was just what the refs saw and tough crap, there was no replay, but then like
They're not
now,
going to do that.
or they could go all the way and like replay anything that's even a little controversial, and that will make the games closer to 4 hours. But if that's the case, then that's the case. Right now, it's a hybrid, and it's just doesn't seem like it's very consistent right now, and people
No.
are getting upset.
We've got everything in place. You've got the cameras. It doesn't matter if you stop the clock just a little bit more, just as long as it's the right decision, then I don't think fans will have an issue with it. I mean, in soccer here, they're trying to implement more in the Premier League. They're kind of instant, or they've got a name for it. I can't remember what they call it, but the fans are against it because it stops the flow of the game, and they're not used to it. So,
They don't
but
stop in soccer like we do. So
no, well, they're trying to. They're trying to on key plays, stop it and review it. But again, it's not popular because people aren't used to it, whereas we are used to it with American football. So a 60-minute game lasts 3 hours. So why, if it lasts 3.5, to make sure that those plays and those ref calls are right, then you know,
Yeah.
all good.
Well, it comes down to, it's on the radar right now. So every fan is
Yeah,
going to be watching and talking about the referees now, and it's
Mhm.
like instead of enjoying the game and being a fan, who are we to crucify, referees for making a mistake? They're human,
Right.
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, could they have changed it? Yes. If I think it would have been changed if it was a deciding field goal by it being a extra point. I think that's probably why it was so close to the pole. That's probably why they was like, oh, the referee can't change it. Maybe they change that rule next year. They change it so you can review it now.
yeah. They
Maybe they
do
put
change.
maybe they get AI involved. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
Yeah.
involved in everything else. Well,
you know,
I
it's like,
have to say, Eli, I love your positive attitude about all this
Yeah,
stuff.
it's great. It's
You're
great.
like us. I mean, you're online, you see
thank
what
you.
people are saying, and there's so many people that just bitch about everything, and they're negative toward their team, and all they do is criticize. And it's just good to see a guy like you that's like, well, we're here to enjoy the sport and have fun and make the best of it.
Represent,
Yeah.
represent. Yeah.
Hey, try going to
Do
your
some good.
kids' high school games, and then there ain't no review, and it was a foul, it was this and that.
Yeah.
Those are you want to see me? I'm not so nice in them games.
Okay, so I would have a different opinion of you if I saw
Yeah,
you there.
I'm daddy in them games.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
but not for the Colts.
Yeah, I know how you
And
feel.
I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah,
why put the energy in something you can't control, right? It's
No, that's
at the
exactly.
end
right.
of the day. At the end of the day, it's not gonna. Why be mad for
And
ever?
as super fans, you're here to bring positive energy. You're not here to,
Right,
be a negative force, right? So, I mean, that's
right.
what we all can agree on. I think all super fans from all teams, they do this to be a positive thing. Most of them don't do it to agitate people. I mean, I think there's a few exceptions, but we were at a Raiders game recently, so we know. but but what I mean is like we're here for a good purpose generally.
Yeah.
And
That's
and
right.
on that note, like we always ask our people that we interview, like, what's your opinion of Jaguars? Because being in the AFC South, I mean, you think about Jaguars probably more than most teams fans do. And so I'm just wondering, like, good or bad, good things, bad things. What do you think about the Jaguars when you think of them?
I mean,
If.
the Jags, man, they're always a tough out. No matter if they're here or there. I mean, they make very good decisions when it comes to picking up players and roster adjustments and stuff like that. I mean, we're 28-20 when it comes to facing you guys all time, but we just can't get over that hump. It's always comes down to you guys and us, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's
It's going to be a good game.
when I want to say bad, the bad thing is like we just can't beat you in Jacksonville. And I think once we win in Jacksonville, we'll win the division. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be our next accomplishment. I mean, we have to go down there this Sunday. We have to take care of business. We have to get back to showing the world that we're the team in the AFC. We're not going anywhere. We got in my opinion, the MVP right now, and Jonathan Taylor, who's running like crazy.
Yes.
We have an also
Yeah.
amazing defense. I mean, uh,
It's going to be a
Jones is throwing
real
for 3,000
tough game.
yards.
Yeah.
Taylor's over 1,200. We're doing everything that we need to do. It's just we got to go out there and execute. And
Yeah.
I think this game will wake this game by going in Jacksonville and doing something that ain't been done in over a decade will wake everybody back up.
It's a really defining game, isn't it, for both teams?
Absolutely.
So
How are
it's
people
just,
talking about it in Indy? I mean, like here in Jacksonville, I almost said here. I don't live there, neither does Simon, but it's like the Jacksonville fans are like, the buzz in the town is like, oh my God, we're gonna, I mean, all the newscasters are going, everybody go to the game if you can walk, run, or, push, pull,
yeah,
get yourself there.
get
How are
yourself
they
there.
feeling in Indy? Are they as excited about it?
Oh, it's big news. Obviously, it's a big game. The Colts.
Yeah.
I said we have to control the division. If we don't win that game, it's going to be very hard. It's probably going to come down to the Texans game, our last game at Texans. So the NFL does a really good job of creating these scenarios preseason. It's like they know what's going to happen. It's so crazy how the games turn out.
Yeah.
It's like they
Texans are
know.
coming back, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Texans are coming back. I'm just relieved. The Jags have played the
Our
Texans
Texans are
now,
over.
so that's
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and you guys have got to play them again. So, yeah, good luck with that. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great game. I wish I can go. I wish I can be there. I couldn't. I tried. I tried to, make moves to get down there, but just couldn't
I
get
know how
couldn't
you
get there this
feel.
year.
I know how you feel. I mean, I was doing a video ready to be released, and saying on the video, saying, "Oh, I just wish I could be there. I'm stuck in this flipping,
Yeah, yeah.
in the rain back in England, So,
Yeah,
but
we'll be watching it live from the cave, man. I got
Yeah.
yeah,
Do
my
you
brothers coming over, and we're gonna watch it, and it's gonna be loud down here.
do
yeah,
you have the
good.
kind of job where you can, be flexible to try to go to some games and stuff? Is it not like away games?
My jobs is so I'm a foreman at the steel mill, so I work
Oh,
in the steel
wow.
mill. So
Cool.
I got a crazy job, man, but it's flexible, put it like that. It's very
Good.
That's an
flexible.
old school job too. That's pretty cool that you work at a
Yeah.
steel mill. I like to
Yeah,
hear
the
that.
steel mill. the steel mill is a different world. Um, it's been good to me, my family and I, and that's the reason why I haven't moved to Indianapolis,
Mhm.
because it's a wonderful job, man, for the family, and it provides, and it does what it needs to do. So
Yeah, and
that's
you have
just,
to be like a lot of those steel mills are on the shores of the lakes, right? So
yes,
that's where you
yeah,
have to be.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
instead of like in the
Vital
middle
for
of
the
the state.
country too. I mean, it's a vital manufacturing to have for the country. I mean, back
absolutely.
here in the UK, I think we've only got one steel mill in England now. So, and that's at risk of being shut down.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
we got the
scary.
number one. We're number one. Cliffs and right next door to the U.S. Steel. So we're
Cool.
we're providing for the entire world.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool job to do.
Great gig.
Yeah.
Great gig.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that really is. It's wonderful,
Shout
like you
out to
said, you love
4SP.
your job.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, when you love your job, you're right. I mean, it makes life so much better. And then you've got
absolutely.
your side gig with the charities and all that, which sounds wonderful too. So that really provides a good light into things and stuff.
Absolutely.
We're trying to do a lot more. I mean, the captain likes to do stuff for charity, but we're trying to maybe even make his whole entity a charity at some point soon,
Yeah.
so that the captain is a charity entity. And that would be really good, just to try to kind of do things full time for
Yeah,
people.
that's
It
our
would,
goal. Our
yeah.
goal is to some way somehow work with our team. Whether it's charity, whether it's in marketing, whether it's in fan interaction. There's so many different titles and ways that Lucha Blue can be a part of our team. But
Mhm.
we go out and do what we do. And we don't get permission. We're out there. We're hitting the ground running. We're spreading awareness. We're changing lives. We're changing experiences. We're making fans happy. We're doing everything that we can possibly do to maximize what we can help. And
Right.
I'm a firm believer when you do good, good comes. I'm a firm
That's
believer that
right. All that positive energy putting out in
favor,
the universe. Yeah.
absolutely, favor will hit home. When you're
Yeah.
doing good.
Just
And
keep doing
Yeah,
what you're
I
doing.
agree with that. And when
oh yeah,
there's hate and negativity, it's kind of like I always just tell myself, it's only football. And you've had a sick child, there's so much more to life, than
Yeah.
football.
absolutely. Every
Yeah.
So
day's a blessing.
we got to keep
I
that
Absolutely.
in mind.
maximize my days, buddy.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's
been
right.
really, really great to talk to you, and thank you for finding the time.
I mean,
Eli, thanks so much. I mean, we really
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
man. And
Thank you.
at some point, we'd like to talk to both you and your son. So maybe
Yeah.
next season when we play, we can have you guys on again and talk to him.
maybe in the playoffs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Possible.
maybe
It's
because
possible,
there's
right?
Well, I'm
definitely a
gonna
scenario where the two teams will play each other in the playoffs. So
if the
if
Jags
that
make it to the
happens,
playoffs, so I want to try and get out there somehow. So, it'll be nice to
yeah,
meet you.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
It'll
And your
happen.
son,
It'll happen, buddy.
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll happen.
It'll
yeah.
definitely happen. But thanks for having
Well,
me on, guys.
thanks a
Man. This is
lot,
Yeah,
fun.
and
no,
thanks a
my
lot for
pleasure, my
dressing up
pleasure.
for us. And
So,
yeah,
my last favor to ask of you is whenever I do videos and things, whenever I say goodbye, I always say, instead of saying goodbye, I say cheerio. So, in terms of signing off, can you say in your best British accent, cheerio?
Cheerio.
Oh, that's really good.
I love
Cheers.
Yeah.
it. That's really a
Cheers.
good one. That's
Good
really
luck,
good.
guys.
Keep doing what you're doing.
You too, man. And thank you for your
Yeah.
All right.
donation. That was awesome.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
that's that. Well, at least we can do. Thanks so
Yeah.
Yeah.
much.